What's good, everyone? Kagurabachi is finally back. I know we got a side quest chapter last week, but I don't really count that in my opinion, cause Soya is a pretty shitty character and I'm not interested in following his journey at all. So I was really looking forward to this chapter and getting right into part 2 of the story, and to my surprise, we're actually getting a Setai War flashback instead. It's not that I didn't expect this. I've always believed that a Setai War flashback was inevitable and necessary for the story of Kagurabachi. What caught me off guard though is the fact that it's going to be presented in the same way Hidden Inventory was in JJK. I'm really excited about this, and I think it's a perfect way to handle this flashback. Starting the flashback at this point of the story is pretty genius for the most part. It's probably gonna last at least 20 chapters, and if you do it at any other point in the story, it's just gonna feel like a really long intermission. That's what happened with the God Valley flashback in One Piece. Getting the Setai War flashback out of the way now is perfect, and right off rip with this flashback, we're already getting more context to things in the story. It was always kind of assumed that the Datinseki was from the Shokoku Island. Instead, it's actually clarified to us that the Datinseki is originally from an island called Irishima. Apparently, it's right between the coast of Japan and the Shokoku Island. It was an earthquake that exposed the Datinseki ore to the surface. Since this is how things actually played out regarding the origins of the Datinseki, it basically clarifies why Japan and the Shokoku people went to war. Both sides were fighting over control of a very valuable natural resource. Yep, that checks out. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Toby Cards. We're doing a review for Kagurabachi chapter 113. But before we really talk about it, make sure to like and subscribe. Now, with that out of the way, let's delve right into it. It does make sense that Japan seems more neutral though, as I actually always thought that they were the guys that invaded the Shokoku Island, but we found out that that wasn't the case at all in this chapter. As a matter of fact, they wouldn't have even been able to invade the island if they wanted to, because the whole island is surrounded by a force field that prevents anyone from entering. It got me wondering if this is a natural occurring thing, because we've seen a similar force field before, and that's with the Kaminabi headquarters. For the Kaminabi headquarters, some people were actually in charge of erecting this force field and maintaining it at all times. This is a whole island we're talking about, so that means it will definitely have to be way more than 7 people, which makes me think this force field is more of a natural occurring thing, because just how many sorcerers would you need for a whole island if we're being for real? Moving on, I really like how this flashback is set 20 years ago. This means we're actually a full year removed before the actual war starts. This should give us enough room to learn more about characters in the present day story and just how their lives were 20 years ago. Take for example Shiba. Apparently he was a Soga clan guardian. This is very interesting because this means he most likely had a very deep personal connection with either Soga or Chihiro's mom. What really caught my attention with this though is the fact that the sorcerer Shiba defeated said that he worked for the government, which basically confirms that the Soga clan was part of the counter sorcery army. I know what that means. That means that the Soga clan are actually founding members of the Kaminabi. So yeah, Soga controlling the Kaminabi now is kind of like a destined thing if we're being for real. But going back to Shiba, he seems to actually be more hot-headed as a teenager compared to his present day self, so that is really interesting to see that over the course of time he's actually matured into a more calm version that we see in the present day story. The person I'm most interested in learning about though is Kunishige, Chihiro's dad. And holy shit, this guy looks just exactly like Chihiro. The only difference is that he doesn't have a scar. They look damn near one for one, like they're twins. I understand how Yuji felt now when he met Chihiro, when he was like, oh, it feels like I'm meeting your dad all over again. Kunishige has always been an interesting character to me. I enjoyed how joyful and carefree he was. So getting an extended set of chapters with him and really learning more about him is gonna be so fun. No disrespect to Chihiro, but he is gloom and doom 90% of the time. The shift of tone we're gonna get, because we're following the story from Kushinige's perspective, is gonna be really appreciated and welcomed. Like honestly, it's gonna be a breath of fresh air seeing things from his point of view. It's also almost assured that we're gonna learn about how the Datinseki works in the next couple of chapters because of Kunishige. Remember, he is a master swordsmith to the point that Chihiro was like, yeah, dad, I can never be as good as you, like you're just so clear. Obviously, there isn't a ton to take away from this chapter as it is the first chapter of the flashback. I would say if I have to rank the things in terms of excitement that I really want to see, number 1 for me has to be the fight between Soga and the other enchanted blade wielders. Number 2 would be seeing the other 2 enchanted blades and just what their abilities are. Number 3 would be the Setai people versus the enchanted blade wielders. Like I really want to see what the Setai people can do. Number 4 would be the malediction itself, and number 5 will actually be what Ibuki's swordplay is. It's stated that Ibuki was a well-renowned master swordsman, so I really want to see how he fights with the Cloud Gouge, and I just love the Cloud Gouge. It's one of my favorite enchanted blades, mostly because I really love Sojo too. But what are you most excited to see in this new Setai War arc? Make sure you comment down below what you really want to see. If I had to rate this chapter, I'll give it a 7.5. It's a solid start to this new arc, but it's nothing really special about it. Make sure you tune into my Kagurabachi has all-time potential. Can you reach his video dropping tomorrow? You definitely want to watch that one. It talks about what Kagurabachi could do to be one of the GOAT enemies of all time when it's all said and done. And I dropped some predictions for parts of the story, so you definitely want to stick around and watch that video dropping tomorrow. But yeah, that's all for me. Pretty dope chapter. Pretty nice chapter. Love y'all boys. Peace.